Hey guys, thought I'd take a moment to do a little unboxing here. Kind of a special unboxing. I'll show you where this box came from. And also, in case this happens to be my last video, because this is, what is the date today? Let me see here. It's the night of April the 28th, where they've had the big tornado outbreak. And there's a few tornadic cells getting close. Got the radar up here on the tablet, and it's actually the Weather Channel, and we're watching all that, and so just keeping an eye on it. But either way, thanks for watching all the videos. If this is my last. No, the wife and I have taken precautions. And this is things you guys might want to think about. We always have our grab bag, our go bag, our bag that we're going to take, in case shit happens, whatever. But what we did, we've got two young girls to think of, a baby. It takes formula, and so what we did was, whenever we knew the storms were going to be coming, went ahead and got a bag that contained everything we need for the babies: diapers, wipes, food, medicines for them, all that type of stuff. Got it in a bag. We have that along with a couple of changes of clothes, just some power bars, just some things just to keep us going in the event of a catastrophe. And it is all in a bag with some other things. We've got some bottled water and everything in the safest corner of our house, in the basement. And then we've got a bench, it's like a desk, and the drill is, and today we practiced with the girls. We made it a fun game, and we grabbed them. I had them go lay down in the bedroom, and then after a little bit, I came running in and said, "Girls, come on, we gotta go." And the idea was to do it as fast as we could. It was a game, and we went down and got in there. I got them underneath the desk. And my wife and I have pillows and blankets staged, and we got the pillows and blankets over us. We covered up the hole. We have the desk against the concrete center block wall that is underneath the ground, and so then that's kind of what our deal is. And we have some bottled water strategically placed in areas in the house, in a few areas in the house, in the basement, to where in case we had a collapse in one part of it, we could get to the other part of it. Because just because the stuff isn't going to get blown away doesn't mean you're going to be able to get to it. And so we have a few different areas of our basement where the things will be safe, but they're stashed, so we've got redundant supplies in case we can't get to our stuff because of a collapse. So the idea is to be able to sustain you and your family for a couple of days at least until you can commune to friends, family's house. Because not everyone in the area is going to get hit with a tornado. I mean, it's not like we're talking about a nuclear bomb here. We're talking specifically about tornadoes and things like this. I digress. This box here, we'll start out here by showing you guys some of the cool stamps. I hope that focuses in. This is from Greece, is where this box came from. And this is from a company that I'm going to do some testing on their products here. And if their products are all they're cracked up to be, this is really good stuff. I'm impressed already by just the idea. I don't know why someone's not done this before, and so I'm very hopeful that these are going to be a really good product. Cool. A couple of hats. DPM is the name of the company. And what these are is they're recoil reduction systems. And so what we've got some patches, some literature, and let's get it out of here. So what these are is they basically you replace your recoil spring of your handgun with one of these units. And we'll shoot a close-up here of them. I'll go ahead and just hold them out here. And what I did was I got an M&P standard for actually my M&P that I have right here. And I got one for the Taurus 809 or 845, which is what I have over there, the one that I'm testing, and one for the 5-inch barrel 1911s. This is my partner. He runs a 9mm 1911. And so what we're going to do is test these, see how they work, shoot some video on them, and see what we find out. There is an American outlet for these already, and so if I decide to pick these up, I'll be dealing with the warehouse for them, and they're reasonably priced. From looking at this, they appear to be pretty good. I'm checking the radar here. They appear to be pretty nicely made. Yeah, they look like they're made pretty well. So you've got a few different springs with each one of them to where you can tune it. And they basically give you a triple spring recoil system. And they call it a multiple spring recoil reduction system. And so the idea is you're changing the pressure whenever that gun fires and that slide starts coming back. That recoil spring is responsible for stopping that slide from coming back. Most of the felt recoil that you have is the slide stopping. It's rearward travel. So it's not necessarily the round firing and the recoil from that round that on its own, just bam, it's not that pulse. It's the pulse from the slide bottoming out at the rear. That's where most of your felt recoil comes from. And so if you can manage the weight of that slide and its inertia in a better way, you can reduce your felt recoil. It's all about time for X amount of pressure. I mean, how long are you exerting this much pressure against that slide as it travels rearward? Do you have it where it's a linear spring rate, or is it a progressive? Meaning, is it always the same spring rate all the way back to where it bottoms out, or is it progressive? Meaning it progresses and gets stiffer and stiffer and stiffer as it gets farther back. Do you vary it along the way? There's all of these things in science behind managing recoil, and these guys appear to have done something with a triple spring system. Now, I've always wondered why, with all the technology out there in nitrogen gas struts and everything, like you look at your monster trucks and your off-road trucks and your rally cars and all this stuff, with all this nitrogen gas technology, why has someone not put something like that into a handgun? I don't know. Maybe somebody out there knows more than I do. I guarantee someone out there knows more than I do about it. And if you're watching this, please write me and tell me. I would love to learn. So anyways, we'll do some close-ups of these, and how I ended up finding out about them was I was searching for parts for the Taurus 845. And if anyone has one, you know that they're, forgive me, I'm looking at the radar here. You know that they're scarce, the parts are. Lord, it's hard to even find the right sites for them. And so these guys had one for it. And they have There's not very many handguns out there they don't make a system for. Very impressive. So it's kind of the short and long of it. What we'll do is I'm gonna put some of these graphics up in this video here following this and let you guys see what the deal is with it, and then stay tuned. I'll give you my take on it, see what I find, if it's something I think it's worth messing with, and also number one, is it reliable? And as long as I don't get blown away by the tornadoes tonight, I'll report back to you. If it's something that I will keep in one of my guns, if I keep in my guns, if I feel comfortable with it, if it is worth the money, and I believe it's safe, I'll become a dealer for them, and I'll be able to give you guys a good deal on it. So, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. Okay, well here, I'm going to go ahead and throw the DPM Recoil Management System in to the M&P. This is a M&P9, and this M&P already does. I've got the Strike Industries frame buffer in, and so I'm going to run it in conjunction with it. You can see here this green bit, that's the Strike Industries frame buffer. It fits right in there. And what it does is just, as the frame comes back, this part of your frame here will contact that, and it just gives it a little cushion to bottom out on. Blow out some of the lint and everything. And go ahead and blow some out of here. So, it's got instructions in German and French and some type of Czech or Russian or something along the lines of that. They got a lot of different languages there. And something that I didn't include in there, because I'm just learning about this, it also has a magnetic recoil dampening property to it. It's got magnets in here, as well as what you see here. There's two recoil springs here, and then this will be the third. But there is actually a magnet in here that is designed to help out. So they're real adamant about not disassembling this because of the magnets, and they're careful about how hot you get it. And when I say that, you don't want to get it like 400 degrees and stuff like that. I mean, you want to, well, let's see here. Don't heat the base past 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't imagine a situation where I would heat this gun up past 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Where, I mean, yeah, maybe the barrel might get that hot, will get that hot, but I mean the whole thing getting that hot, and no, I don't see that. So anyways, you got two springs. The gold spring is the lighter weight spring for standard ammunition, and the silver spring is for shooting, heavy loaded stuff, plus P stuff, heavy grain rounds, and all that type of stuff. I'm going to go with the standard spring, the gold spring. This is the regular M&P flat wire spring there, and dirty titanium nitride barrel. And we'll just take any old rag here, kind of give it a little dust off. And I'll go ahead and take the time here to clean this a little better here in just a moment. But the titanium nitride is nice because it's easy to clean. Keep in mind this is caked on. Oh, it's a lot of use. And I can take just a regular old wire brush to it because I don't have to worry about titanium nitride getting damaged from that wire brush. Not going to hurt anything using it. So let's see what we've got. Go ahead and run a little rand CLP on the barrel lockup areas. And all these space age coatings and stuff, these idiots will say, oh, you don't have to run lube on it. You can get away with never having to run lube. Bull. If you can run lube on your gun, lube it. The only time you shouldn't run lube on a gun is if you're in the middle of the desert or something like that, where you've got blowing sand and other mitigating factors that are counterproductive to what you're trying to do there. So that spring will fit in there, tail will go in, and you're just supposed to compress this thing down and run it right on in there. Now this thing's got a pretty smooth operation. I'm going to put a drop of rand in a couple of key places there, and go ahead and get my frame rails, my locking block, a few other places lubed up all right. And I'm a firm believer in overlube and wipe off your excess. Some people, oh, you don't need that much lube. Ah, shut up. Just shut up. You let me worry about all this lube I'm putting on this gun, and you just shut up. How's that? That's the kind of mood I'm in tonight. Got so many storms coming in, it's like Armageddon. That's got a little bit different feel there. I do say so. Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. It's nice and smooth feeling. Very smooth. Which is kind of funny because, you know, you're going from a nice flat wound coil spring, stainless steel guide rod, to 3 different springs and all kinds of stuff in there, all kinds of areas for you to have extra friction. And that feels nice. And the way that these are set up is they've got their spring rate, after looking at it, is a progressive spring rate. It is set up to where it runs about the same as a factory, and then towards the end it ramps up. And so instead of letting that slide bottom out and give you that felt recoil, it ramps up that tension, and it slows it down at a increased rate just before it bottoms out. So, and the good thing about this, what's going to be really good for testing, is the fact that you saw how easy that was to put on. And so I can, at the range, switch back and forth and do the comparison. I'm going to leave the Strike Industries buffer in as just a control. I know it's there. I'm not going to mess with that. And just run it without that and see what we get. We're going to do this one first, and then we're going to get to the Taurus 8 series and go from there. So I look forward to getting to the range and getting around to getting back in touch with you guys about this. And maybe picking these guys up and selling them. So I appreciate you watching. Stay safe.